All right, we're going to try this again, right, Myra? We've got a few tech issues going on, but I think we're connected now. So, rudely interrupting Myra's amazing story about living in Peru, and moving to the United States. So, please tell me more about that. And yes, and then your alcohol-free journey and where it all started for you.
Yeah, thank you. So I first came, well, I went to California for a cultural exchange program. I was going to law school in Peru, and there was a program that allowed students to go overseas and work and travel. And I ended up in South Lake Tahoe, California, working for a ski resort. And at the time, I loved that experience so much. I loved skiing, the whole outdoor adventure. And ironically enough, now that we're talking about that, that's one of the times, college was a time when I was beginning to drink heavily, going to parties, getting to socialize, getting to know more people. I, for once, wanted to be the most popular person, and I knew that alcohol was giving me that little liquid courage to go and talk to people and feel like I was the most popular person. So
I get
once,
that. I was always the fun one as well, so I get trying to be popular, and yeah, that whole drinking culture at college or at university or even at high school for me. So yeah.
right, and yeah, so once I moved to South Lake Tahoe, then suddenly my parents were not around, and I was getting to know more people. And it's funny because I live with a bunch of people in this house, and I remember back in Peru, my drinking was weekends, right? In Latin America, it's all about the weekend. We party until 10 in the morning. But then once I was in the USA, it became a nightly thing. So my roommates and I will buy cases of beer. Like in the USA, we have bigger cases of beer with more beers, and we were excited about that. So we bought the large cases, kept on drinking and partying every single day. And I remember just like waking up hangover, going to my job hungover in the bus, and it was pretty messy. But yeah, it was a wonderful time in my life. And the more I grew up, the more responsible I was, or at least responsible in quotation marks. Once I got my serious job and realizing, well, I can't drink that much. It's just like, you know, 1 to 2 beers per night. Seems more reasonable now that I have a serious job.
What was your
Weekends.
serious job? Did you end up going to law school?
Well, no, 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 no. Once it was sorry about, which classes can you transfer to a different country. Once I got into the USA, I realized that none of my classes will transfer, and I had to take a master's. And once I finished my bachelor in Colorado, in Denver, I thought, you know what, this is just like I I finished my bachelor. I spent so many years in college, and then I found a career in sales that I loved so much, and I realized, okay, this is for me. And at that point, I figured the life, the flexibility, why go to law school, when I'm loving my career right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm an ex-salesperson as well. So, or I mean, I'm still in sales really, but yeah, it was all about people, wasn't it? Sales and relationship building, and I love people as well. So tell me then, so what inspired you to go alcohol free? And when did you go alcohol free? How long have you been alcohol free for?
it's been a little over 4 years. And
Wow.
yeah, thank you. I had a
Yeah,
few
that's
nudges.
amazing.
I'm pretty proud of it. And there were a few nudges throughout my life. Like one of the first ones is that I never considered myself an energetic person. Like I always felt like everyone around me had more energy than me. Like my little sister will wake up in the morning and be like, "Hey, it's 6 in the morning. Let's do things." Or my ex-partner at the time as well. He'll wake up no problem. And I remember reading a book about nutrition, and this book was explaining things in a really beautiful way that kind of made me question it. And it was something like, humans can be sharp, quick, energetic, kind of like Superman. This is what the book was saying. Kind of like Superman. You could be like Superman, literally. And then the book was also saying, but you know what the weakness of Superman is? It was kryptonite. And then he goes back to the analogy of a human and he goes, what is human's kryptonite? And then he goes on a list of things like sugar and processed foods. And at the time,
Mm.
I was like, I have always been pretty healthy. But then when he went onto alcohol, and like it was pretty mind eye opening for me, and it was like, oh, this is the answer to my lack of energy. But I looked around me and I'm like, everyone drinks. Like, I don't know if I'm like, why would I quit drinking? I'm just gonna drink. I'm just gonna drink more water. I'm gonna eat more veggies. I'm gonna quit sugar, but I'm not gonna quit booze.
I love that. Our brain is so tricky, isn't it? It just cannot see, like, we are healthy people and we're doing something to our bodies that isn't so healthy. And yet it's like, oh, no, 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 this helps me to survive.
Exactly. Or the balance, like I used to be, I am a very active person, like doing sports and
Mm.
running. And I was like, well, I'm a very sporty person. I'm always active. It's all about balance. It's like the lie that you keep on telling yourself.
Yeah, I see a lot of, like I'm in a lot of groups and a lot of the weight loss groups, and they're talking about how do you fit alcohol into your calorie count and who's drinking what and you kind of just have to, you kind of cringe. Well, I cringe because that would have been me as well. I definitely would have swapped out calories for food to make sure that I had calories to be able to drink, have my Friday night drink or have my Saturday night binge. So I totally get it. Yeah, alcohol is such a cultural thing, and I know that. Like I'm in Australia, but I'm from New Zealand. It's a big culture there, but I think everywhere there's a big culture of drinking. Like even when you were talking about, in Peru, you have big nights on the weekend and you party until 10 a.m. All of that comes with alcohol.
Definitely. And that wasn't my first notch. Later on, I was watching the Super Bowl with my friends. We were all drinking beer, and I'm looking at, was it Tom Brady? Very controversial figure. But I was looking at him while drinking a beer, and I was thinking, wow, this guy is 40 years old, playing football, legendary human. And I remember drinking and thinking, man, if I could just quit drinking, at least I could, like get closer to that. But I'm having too much fun. It's like remember thinking those thoughts and drinking. And I think next Super Bowl or the same Super Bowl, J Lo, Jennifer Lopez was the main act, and I knew that she was sober as well. And I figured, man, like these very successful people have something in common, and it's the fact that they don't drink. And then the most spiritual one was, I love long motorcycle trips. Just like packing only the things I need in my motorcycle and going on long roads. And I was going to have a trip to New Mexico, which is a beautiful state, very colorful, desert colors. And I remember telling myself, you know what? I really want to wake up every morning and enjoy the highways, enjoy the landscapes, and feel present and feel good and hydrated. So I get on my motorcycle to New Mexico, and my partner at the time, he was a drinker. He he said, "Whoa, there's like we didn't bring any alcohol." So he went into the liquor store. It was like a 20-minute drive to the liquor store, and then got back, and then he got two tall beers, and I drank it. And I remember waking up the next morning, opening my eyes, and saying to myself, like, I know it was one beer only, but can I just keep a promise to myself? Like, I'm not, like, this is not the vision that I had for this day. And
Mm,
then the next 3 to 5 days was the same, like one or two beers, nothing crazy, but waking up feeling disappointed
mm.
at the fact that I was not going to have the experience that I was looking for. So I had little nudges here and there, but, like, there's always something that gets you, like, okay, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, I'm done, and then on Monday morning you're back to it again. It's kind of like a diet mentality, isn't it? We try it, we almost like betray ourselves and we don't commit to the thing that we say that we're going to commit to. And then we're like, oh, okay, it'll be fine. I'll start again on Friday or I'll start again tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and then we're kind of in that loop of doing the same thing. And I know many times I was scratching my head going, I am a smart person, but I cannot figure this out. What is going on? So I get it.
I know it chips away at your confidence and you don't
Mm,
notice it,
mm. And yet
but
it's a thing that we think we use it to gain confidence, but it actually it takes it away from us, doesn't it?
yeah, ironically enough.
Mm,
So
yeah, that's
my
fascinating.
yeah, but the moment I decided this is it was when um March is a big month. It's my birthday, my friend's birthday, so lots of celebrations. And I was already questioning alcohol and trying to control it. And I had dinner with my, 6 people. We ordered 2 pitchers of margarita. I didn't think I had drunk too much. I thought that I was okay, but apparently I wasn't. I had I had a fight with my ex. I might have said things that I regret later. And next morning, I thought it was going to be the same as usual. Like once in a while, we'll have a fight, but then like be like, "Hey, sorry, I was drunk," and like we will forgive each other. But this time, he said, "All right, that's okay, I get it. But here's a video of you." And he
Oh,
showed me the video of all the things that I was saying to him, and
oh,
I remember, and it was the best thing that happened to me. Like I am so
yeah.
thankful that he recorded me because I looked at the video and I felt so ashamed. I deleted it and I wondered, who is this woman? I knew that she existed,
Mm,
but I don't ever want to see her again. Like,
mm,
this is it. And it's funny because I told my ex, like, I'm really sorry. Like, I think this is it. I'm not going to drink any more alcohol. And he told me, I mean, I'm not asking you to quit alcohol. Like, it's not like you have a problem or anything, but if you want to control your drinking, that will be wonderful. But I
mm.
already had set up my mind. I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
And I think that's where my tipping point was too, as well, is that I was becoming I was wanting to I had this vision for myself, just like you and your motorcycle. I had this vision for myself, but I wasn't in integrity with the person that I who I wanted to be. And so when I'd kind of dropped values, my own values at myself, like dropped them at my front door and said, "Hey, just check in. Are these the values that you're living, towards, or are these the principles that you're living by?" And I just wasn't. Alcohol was very, very similar thing. It was like a mirror for me, and I really didn't like what I saw. So I love that. This is it. Mine was what my phrase was, I'm done. I am done.
I love it.
And I'm curious. So that was my I am done statement was almost 3.5 years ago, Myra. Was this really the last time you drank?
Truly the last time. I want to say probably 9 months after that, I was with a few friends. I joined them. We were on a couples trip, and everyone wanted to do a wine tasting. And I remember they were
Mm,
offering me, and at some point I was like, okay, I'll take a sip. But after 3 sips, because I hadn't been drinking for such a long time, once I took those 3 sips, very minimal, I felt the alcohol in my mouth, and I immediately did the correlation with how I felt when I was hungover.
mm.
And yeah, it was gross. So at that point, I was like, yeah, that's true. I don't like. It's not even worth it.
Oh, that's right. That's why I chose not to drink.
Yeah,
That's just little reminders. I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, it's been so amazing talking to you. I have just appreciated so much. So there were so many moments in there where I actually just saw myself as well. So I appreciate you so much for sharing some of your story with me. And I can't wait to see because Myra and I are in the same alcohol-free certification group. I cannot wait to see all of your faces. Hopefully, we all go to Southern California together, and I cannot wait. to see what we create in terms of helping more women see what's possible when we remove alcohol from our lives. It's not about deprivation. It's I honestly think it's about liberation. And I think when we are truly freedom seekers, this is the number one thing that we can do to be truly free is live a life alcohol free. So I'm loving it. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you so much, Laurie. I'm excited as well. And yeah, can't wait to meet you in person, hopefully in California.
Yay!